Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum to all of you. I hope that you all are fine, happy and fresh. This is your science teacher Muhammad Mashood Khan, and today we are going to discuss the question answers of chapter number 4, that is electrical circuits. We are going to discuss the exercise question and answer of page number 52. But before going to question and answers, I will just like to recall the previous knowledge, which includes electric current, electric conductors, electric insulators and electric switches. So I will just briefly go through all these little topics. First of all is the electric current. That what is electric current? Electric current, we say that when the electrical charges pass through a wire or any conductor in a particular direction, we say that this flow of charges is called as electric current, and electric current is measured in amperes, and the instrument that is used to measure the electric current is called as ammeter. Then is the electric conductors. Electric conductors, what are electrical conductors? Electrical conductors are those which allow the electricity to pass through them. So mostly metals come in the category of conductors. So metals have the ability that they allow electricity to pass through them. We will just quickly go through the examples of these electrical conductor. What are the electrical conductor examples? We can say aluminium, copper, gold, iron, all are the example of the electrical conductor. Then we come to electric insulators. That what are electric insulators? So it is the reciprocal of the electrical conductor. Like electrical insulators are those which do not allow electricity to flow through them. So these are called electric insulators. Now, same as the examples, just like we discussed the examples of electrical conductor, we will just go through the examples of electric insulators. So what are the examples of electric insulators? The example of electric insulators are like wood, rubber, plastic, etc. All these things are the example of insulators. They do not allow electricity to pass through them. Now just quickly recalling what are the advantages and disadvantages of electrical conductor and electrical insulators. So conductors are useful in the sense that they are used to conduct the electricity from one place to another, just like we use copper wires through which electricity can flow from one point to another. And why electrical insulators are important? Electrical insulators are important because there are some areas where we don't want that electricity should flow. So for this, electrical insulators are used. Just like I will give you an example of like electric switch. It is made up of plastic. So plastic is the example of insulators because we don't want electricity to flow from the switch. If electricity will be flowing through the switch, then when we will touch it, so we will be getting electrical shock, which is dangerous for us. So for this sense, electrical insulators are important. Now the last one is the electrical switches. What are electric switches? Electrical switches are the one which control the electricity in a circuit. Just like we turn on the switch, it allows the electricity to flow in the circuit, and when we turn off the switch, which means that electricity flow will be stopped. So basically electric switch are the one which control electricity in a circuit. Where electric switches are used? Electric switches you can examine if you observe at your home. You will find these switches in every room, in every hall, in everywhere. You will find wherever there will be a connection of any electrical appliance, you will definitely find an electric switch. So this was some previous knowledge which was prerequisite to the question and answer of page number 52. Now we will go towards the question and answer of this page. So the first question is, what are electrical conductors? So the answer of the question is, a conductor is a material that allows electricity to easily pass through them. There are more free electrons in the atoms of conductors and are free to move from atom to atom. There is less resistance to the movement of the electrons. So as you can see in the figure also, that electrons are moving, are just going through the atoms very easily. So the answer of the question is, let me explain the answer of the question, that is, what are electrical conductors? Just like I briefly told you about the electrical conductors, that they allow the electricity to pass through them. So but when we go into the detail, that why this electricity is allowed to pass through the conductors, not from the insulators. So when we go into the depth, we find it out the answer that electrical conductors have the free electrons basically, which move here and there from atom to atom, through which the electricity is passed through a conductor. So this is the in the figure you can also see that when an electron, this minus sign, you can see in the blue color, that a minus sign is entered the first atom and then it jumps to the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth. So basically these electrons are freely moving electrons which can easily pass from one atom to another and so on. So in this way electricity is conducted from a conductor. Now going to the next question, that is, what are electrical insulators? A material that does not let electricity travel through it easily is known as insulator. In many situations we want to slow down the flow of electricity or stop the flow of electricity and prevent electric shocks. Plastic, rubber, wood and ceramics are insulators. So as already discussed, that insulators are the one which do not allow the electricity to flow from them, are called the insulators, and basically because they don't have any free electrons, so electricity cannot pass through them, and the examples are plastic, rubber, wood and ceramics. These are the good examples of insulators. Question number 3 is that name 3 electrical conductors and 3 insulators. We have already discussed this, so you can easily answer. Examples of electrical conductors are aluminium, copper and gold, while the examples of electrical insulators are wood, plastic and rubber. The next question is, explain why plugs, sockets and switches are made of plastic. They are made of plastic because plastic is an insulator and does not allow electricity to pass through it. If they are made of metals, then it would be extremely dangerous to touch. This is what we have already discussed also, that what are switches? Switches are the one which control the electricity in the circuit. So they are asking why these plugs, sockets and switches are made up of plastic. They are made up of plastic because plastic is an insulator, and we don't want electricity to pass through all these, because ultimately we have to touch these things. So if they will be made up of metal or any conductor, then definitely we will get a shock which is dangerous for us. That is why they are made up of insulators. The next question is, draw an electrical circuit consisting of a battery, 2 wires and a bulb. So you can draw it by yourself. Already it's the figure are drawn in the diagram, in the page. You can see that there is a cell, there is a bulb and 2 wires which are connected from each terminal of the cell. The next question is, what could you add to the circuit to control the bulb? So in the previous diagram you were asked to draw an electrical circuit consisting of a battery, 2 wires and a bulb. So they are asking this question from the same diagram, that what thing you can add in the circuit to control the bulb. To control the bulb means you want to control the light of the bulb, that whenever you want to lit and whenever you want to turn it off. So what thing you need to add? So the answer is the switch. You can see in the diagram that a switch is added in the circuit, and through this switch the light will be controlled, or the bulb will be controlled, or we can say the electricity will be controlled that will be flowing through the bulb. So switch can be added in the circuit. So this is enough for today. If you will be having any question, definitely I expect that you will ask from me. Thank you and have a very nice time. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Dear